Hi everyone, this is NEGUSTITA. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So y'all, I'm dealing with a bit of a cold, but I felt the best I felt since I got my cold, or since I started getting sick. So I went to the gym. Don't worry, I masked up and I made sure that I disinfect everything that I touched, because we're all about that good karma life, okay? Alright. But on my way back from the gym, I felt a very intense pressure, and it was like around my ears, right? But I felt like there was like a message, right? An urgent message from someone's guide, which it feels like an ancestor. To be honest, I sense like a very maternal, motherly figure. So this could be like someone's mother, grandmother that's passed away. And to be honest, this feels like a message for my like male audience. Not that I really have one, but I feel like they're gonna be the ones that need to hear this the most. But if you're watching this, you might be the counterparts, or like the divine feminine to this divine masculine. 111 on the clock, as I said that. I'm very skeptical, and I'm gonna deliver this message with the most nonchalant ass attitude that you will ever get from a medium. Because I don't think it's true, but I know that it is since I'm channeling it. Whatever, just who I am. So like, suck my balls. Like, I don't care. Like, but anyways, I will relay the message because I don't think this guy is gonna leave me alone until I do. All right, y'all. With my crusty dusty. Let's get to it. So we got the Six of Swords here. So this message is about not leaving a situation with the Empress here. So for those of you watching, my men, this is like a message for men. This is from a guide of yours. So before I get into the message, I feel like I need to explain what is a guide, because some of you don't know what that is, and that's okay. You don't need to. Typically, guides don't actually care if you know about them. They don't usually make such an effort to communicate with you, because what they're more concerned about is your protection and your safety. So they'll send you little signs, and as long as you get the message, they're usually fine and leave you alone, okay? But there are times where you're about to make a huge mistake and they don't want you to make that mistake, so they go to a lot of extremes to try to get in contact with you, such as contacting a guide, or not a guide, but a psychic medium. I don't really think of myself as a psychic medium, but I guess since I can channel ghosts and spirit and like other things like that, I guess that makes me a medium. Again, the most nonchalant attitude you're gonna get out of like a reader is gonna come from me. I don't even care. But yeah, so they're here for you. They've always been here for you. They've been watching you since you were a kid. They love you. That's why they do it. They don't get anything out of being a guide. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's a school for them, right? They're not made or anything like that. This is most likely an ancestor of yours. So 333. So for some of you, this could be like a mother, a grandma. You may not even have met this maternal figure, but this maternal figure is watching over your bloodline, watching over you, because you're precious to her and she loves you. And she wants to let you know that you don't want to walk away from this Empress here. Okay, this is the main message here. I only pulled 2 cards so far. I know there's a whole spread waiting for us, but I think I explained the concept of a guide pretty well for most of you, right? A guide is like a spirit. Other guides that are commonly known as Archangel Michael, there's Archangel Uriel, Megatron. I think that's how you say their name. I feel like I might be wrong. But there's a lot of guides out there. Most of them are like angels. These are just, and you can call upon them. There's Mariam, or Mary, the Virgin Mary is another guide, right? You can call upon these spirits and they will come for you. They will arrive within the same second and aid you. 444, if you see that number a lot, that's because your guides are providing you protection, whether it's in the physical or the spiritual, okay? A lot of people don't know this, but there is like a spiritual war. I put air quotes because I believe everything with a grain of salt. That's kind of my mentality. That's why I can sit here and channel and be so nonchalant about it. 456 on the clock, that could be confirmation for somebody. Right? So there's like this like spiritual war. And what I mean by that is light versus dark. That's kind of been the thing since forever ago. Why do you think people buy into the concept of religion so much? It's because they sense it. They sense what I am talking about. There is and you can sense who's who, right? You can sense who's angelic and then who's demonic. It's usually hard to mix the two. Sometimes people switch too. Okay. Honestly, when it comes to these type of things, I just recommend people, listen to their higher selves. Listen to that internal compass of yours, because it's always going to guide you in the right direction. No matter how lost you think you are, how much is being hidden from you, your subconscious knows. Your subconscious is directly linked to your intuition, and your subconscious speaks through your body. Fascinating, I know. So, masculines watching here, I want to say divine masculines. You guys are divine. A lot of you don't know this about yourself, but you are divine, okay? A lot of you have been trying to suppress your emotions here for this Empress. You know who this is. For some of you, for one person watching this, I am that Empress for you. This is why your guides are speaking to me, because ideally they wanted me to just reach out directly, but I told them I'll meet them halfway. 654. And the halfway is creating a YouTube video and then watch it, because these are the messages your guides want you to know. And anyway, I feel like I caught you up to speed now. I think you get what's going on. If you don't, I don't know. Sorry about that. Maybe this is not your video. But this is mostly for men watching. Okay, so let's get into the messages, guys. So the next card we have here is the Five of Cups. I want to give you a hug. I do. And you can feel that in my energy, can't you? You can sense my maternal energy. You can sense how much I want to embrace you, because I see you for the person that you were long before you became like a man, when you were just a boy, when you were just a little boy and you didn't know any better and you made mistakes, because we all do, and that's normal. I do want to emphasize that making mistakes is a part of the process here, but what you guys are not doing is turning around and looking at the two cups that you still have in the upright position. There's so many messages coming through at once. Dear Lord. Okay, so a lot of you right now are taking your sadness and you're really focusing on it. You're making it the main point of the story. You are seeing the situation here with this Empress that you fumbled. I do sense for a lot of you guys fumbled this opportunity with this Empress, and it could have been something simple, but now it's led to sort of like the end of this connection, because when you were dealing with this person, you did not put more weight into the fact that this person is an Empress. Imagine this. Imagine you are in a position in your life where you can actually offer the Empress your cup of love, and she's willing to accept it, even though you may not be of high blood, right? Even though you may not be noble born, or you may not have a whole lot of assets or opportunities. This Empress did not care, because what she saw in you, only her and the Lord understands, okay? And so you were being given an opportunity to upgrade, and this would also benefit the Empress as well. Because you don't understand, there's something you don't understand about yourself, that God and your angels, your ancestor, and the spirit with me right now, like I'm thinking it's like a grandmother. But it might be something different for everybody. And if you're watching this, if this came across your feed, know that this video is for you. Unless the messages don't resonate, then don't take them. But I feel like the situation here is there are two people who are no longer in one another's energy, that are no longer energetically connected. But you have a guide that does not want you to give up on this opportunity, because this opportunity is for you, and that's what you don't understand. But there's another thing here that you don't understand: the ways in which your cup, 1010 on the clock, can benefit this Empress, right? Because you might be thinking, well, she has it all. She even has her own cup right here. What the fuck does she need me for? So what masculines have always provided for feminines is a sense of protection and safety. There's certain things that she cannot do alone. It could be something as simple as your physical presence makes her feel calm and safe. Even if she had 10 bodyguards, even if she had the most high-tech security in the world, that is something she cannot actually like purchase, right? The love of somebody, you can't buy love, right? It's something that people just give to you. And a holy love, an authentic, true love, is definitely not something you can purchase. So even if she has more money than you, even if she has more resources than you, there's certain things that only you can do for her, because you are divine, right? Because your body, your energy, your the vibration in which you vibrate at 1111 is something that can bring her at peace internally. 1122. I did also say 1112 though. Okay, you guys, you're underestimating how much 1133, how much joy and comfort you can bring this person. And that doesn't mean you cannot provide for this individual. 1144. I feel like for a lot of you, your thing is like you want to be able to provide. You're masculine, and makes sense. And perhaps you feel like until you have something to offer, you can't offer anything at all. 1155. But times are changing, and you are underestimating the ability that the universe has to bless you when you are at the right place at the right time. Okay? The universe has a blessing for you. I don't know what that is. 1212. It's going to be different for everybody, to be completely honest. For some of you, it could be like a new job at like a really high paying place, or for others of you it could be like 1122. For others of you, this could be like maybe starting your own business, and then all of a sudden you get a bunch of clients out of nowhere. It could be different. It really just depends. Listen to your own heart, because it's going to guide you in that direction. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a dream job that you want, that you've never had the courage to get before, that you will otherwise not have the courage to do unless you are connected to this person's energy, because this person is going to uplift you in the same way that you uplift them, right? And so like there's a very symbiotic relationship that's formed between a masculine and a feminine that's been around since the beginning of time. How do you think village chiefs came into existence? Because they had a wife who motivated them. And I'm talking about primal tribal times, before people had a concept of God and before they really understood what their place was in this world. Where do you think village chiefs came from? It's a man who was once a boy who may not have had a whole lot of belief in himself, found a woman who said, you're gonna fucking do that shit. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna fucking kill it. And he does, like fucking magic. And then they create a whole bloodline of wealth. 1333, right? And then the two of them together work, they stay together, they connect with one another, and they carry out some sort of lineage, right? They create roots that they otherwise would not have been able to do alone. The village chief without his wife wouldn't have become the village chief, and the village chief's wife would not have become the village chief's wife without the chief. Perhaps she could have made another man the village chief, but that doesn't mean he will have done it as well as this other man would have. You know what I mean? Like, they need one another. That's how it's always been. And the era that we are about to enter is going to be one that is, I sense, to be cruel to those who are not awakened. If you are not accepting the reality of things, you're gonna have a really hard time adjusting. And when I say the reality, I mean the bigger picture, not just what's in front of you, but what God has been able to see this whole time, what the universe knows to be true that people are ignoring. A lot of people don't believe in karma. That shit is what I'm talking about. If you don't understand karma and you're not on the right side of it, you're about to get your ass fucking whooped. 1444 on the clock. I'm telling you, like, there's no protection for you. Yeah, I think I said that right. Like, And I'm not necessarily trying to be like scaring people, but you'll see soon enough what I'm talking about. Like, the universe had been giving you some people have been getting a certain level of protection, but the universe needs you to wake up now. So there's no more protection, there's no more safety net, there's just, you are gonna dive straight into it. I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple of like weeks / months after the new year has begun. But I feel like this is more energy brought by Pluto entering Aquarius, which is about to happen here in a little bit. But I also feel like once the new year begins, it's going to become more and more like relevant for all of us. But it's like the world, what I want to say is like, God isn't going to be so kind anymore. And you're probably sitting there thinking, God's never been kind to me. Yes, he has. You know how you know? Because he's letting you think that. Because he's letting you, like, you don't know. And I can't say that God has not been kind to, I can't say God's been kind to everyone, but what I'm gonna say is it's gonna get worse. You need all the good karma you can accrue. There's just like no protection for those who do not earn it or deserve it. 1616. Okay. Massive change is about to be coming here for everybody involved. That's a big part of this message, is like there's a shift happening, and like energetically, like the light is winning. It's illuminating what's been hiding in the darkness. And if you've been in the dark, not for much longer, nothing's gonna be dark to you, babe. Everything's gonna be illuminated, including yourself, including your shadow self. That's why I get the feeling of like, before it's too late, make the right motherfucking choices. Listen to your heart, my guy, because it's your saving grace. Damn. And we got the Queen of Cups in reverse at the bottom. Some of you have not been listening. Some of you have not been listening to your heart. You've been rationalizing it. You've been rationalizing your emotions. With the five, can I get a clarify for the Five of Cups? I just want to see. So we got two cards here. It's the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of... So yeah, you guys been thinking like maybe this is not your Ten of Cups or your Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, you might be thinking that this, because this relationship didn't work out here. What's the Six of Swords? I do get the feeling it's your strong sense, your strong desire not to move on from this connection. You are being pulled by your own emotions back to this person, even though logically speaking, you have written them off. You are getting into your head here with the King of Swords, and you're telling yourself that this is not the connection for you, that if this person really loved you, that maybe they wouldn't have left you. But the irony in that actually is, you haven't made it so this person can't leave you, if that makes sense. So what you're doing is the energetic equivalent of shitting on your first date in front of the, sorry, 1818. This is like a pretty harsh analogy, but just please take it. So for you masculine watching here, this is probably the card that's going to resonate the most with your energy. It's the King of Swords, but in the reverse. You guys are very much in your head, and you're not on the right side of logic and reasoning. You're a bit on the darker side. You're a bit cold, detached, and calloused, which is not allowing you to see the full picture here, right? A lot of pessimists think that they have the full picture, that big idea, because they're bitches. But in fact, that is not the full picture, because if that was the case, then the world wouldn't be any bigger than the dog park, right? No, unfortunately, your pessimism is actually kind of blinding you to the good parts of life. You're only looking at things on the cons list, but a pro list exists too, is another way of thinking about it. Okay, so sorry for calling you a bitch. But if the shoe fits. But so right, you guys, there's another part to this reading. So a lot of you are still feeling a very strong pull back into this feminine's energy. Like, you cannot explain it. It's beyond reason. It's beyond logic, because it's something spiritual. But you guys are trying very, very hard to rationalize this, and you're trying to just like kind of like cord cut, if you will. Like, it's energetic. Like, I don't think you have the words to explain what you're doing, but from a witch's perspective, it's a lot like mentally cord cutting. except without the actual ritual part. You're in your head creating all these reasons for why you don't want to be with this person, but none of those reasons are actually connected to this person. So you might be thinking that this person's out there being a hoe on the streets because they're single and they're beautiful. So you're thinking that if they wanted to, they could be a hoe on the streets. Like, a lot of people want their fucking body. So you're out here thinking like, yeah, they're probably going around sleeping with people, but actually that is not this person. If that was this person's energy, you know, they would be in the reverse and you guys would be together because you would be on the same frequency of hatred and despair. Is that making sense? No. So in other words, so imagine there's a scale here. All right. Up here is high frequency. Down here is low frequency. This is what people typically do when they're in a high frequency. They go on strolls in the park. They invest their money in stocks and business. People up here are balanced mentally, physically, spiritually. These are people that don't honk their horns in traffic. These are people, because they're so balanced, like they may be upset, but they don't take their upsetness and then create a cycle of hatred, right? They don't, because they know that that's what's going to come back to them. So instead of being the first one to cast a stone, they save their stone. They don't cast it, right? So people up here are balanced mentally. These people are typically happy, even when they appear to have no reason to be happy. These are the type of people that always count their blessings before they, get mad, before they go off, right? Then people down here, these are the type of people that do honk their horn in traffic. You will never find them in a park. They're too mentally unwell to ever touch grass. These are people that are gonna be like, they're gonna go out to parties every week. They might crash someone's car and not give a hoot. These are people that are gonna be late to work all the time. They're gonna be spreading rumors, gossip. These are people that are just very hateful, unwell. These are people that get jealous of others. 22. These are people that are just, they're not very kind. Okay, so this is where you guys stand. This person, oh no, I had it right the first time. This person's up here and you are down here. All right, so if this person was exactly as you think they were, they would be with you in the same frequency and you guys would actually be together because you're equally unbalanced. So there's a hope for energetic alignment. When you fall out of alignment with someone, right? Connections, how relationships usually start is two people on two different timelines start to resonate at the same frequency. And then they meet. But soon as energy is restored, balances are back to how they are, then they part. Because one person is usually at a higher frequency than the other person. And therefore the union cannot happen because they're no longer at the same place. It's like trying to unite two different people who live in two different time zones. No. Two different timelines, right? Trying to have somebody from 1950 get married to somebody 2024. That's fucking impossible because they're on two different timelines. You might as well consider frequency the same fucking shit. So you have to be on the same timeline in order for two people to unite. But as it stands, two people are on two separate timelines because one person is embracing and embodying their highest good, the path of their highest good, which is their soul's calling, which we're all called to do this. And then another person is in the timeline of despair, self-deprecation, it's like self-harm. Like one person is not in a good frequency and the other person's in a high vibrational frequency. And what your guides are telling you, masculine, divine masculine here watching, is to rise to the call. Please remember, you are divine. You are very much a blessing on this earth like any other being, okay? Like you are one of God's greatest blessings if you choose. And that's, I think, the part where you're forgetting is you have to make a choice no matter how difficult it is. Even though you really want to honk that horn, don't honk it. Okay? No matter how difficult it is, do the right thing. in every situation, every opportunity, and you will be given plenty of opportunities to do the right thing, even when no one's expecting it of you. Even if it's the most difficult thing you'll ever do in your life, know that that's the only way you'll be able to resonate with your queen, with your empress, because you deserve true love. And this person could be that person for you, but it's only going to happen if you make the right choices, and you already know what you need to do. Your guys are telling me that you know, you're just choosing not to. You're giving yourself a bunch of reasons why not to, and you're thinking it's too late. Well, like, honestly, it will be too late in a little bit. Like, you might think it's too late now. Maybe wait till that it actually is too late. Then you won't even get messages like this anymore. You're just going to be left to suffer on your own. Yeah, we got the hang one. So you guys are at this moment very much caught up here, perhaps in a lie. For some of you here watching this, you might be feeling like you can't come back. You could have lied to this person about something, and it's really hanging, like you're in this situation where you feel very much hung up, like you can't do anything about it. I will let you know, this is somebody, the person you're dealing with is very patient, so that's the good news. The bad news is you still have to confess, otherwise you won't be able to create a healthy relationship with this person. Okay. For some of you are thinking, like, perhaps because of how things played out, that maybe this isn't your person. 26. I want you to know it takes two to tango. Okay, so if you're at your home thinking like this person isn't for you, then they're probably thinking the same exact thoughts, which actually reveal that the only reason why this connection isn't happening is because the both of you are choosing not to. And if you're expecting the feminine to do the masculine's position, you're going to be waiting for a very long time. If you're thinking this person is going to come out of the woodworks and court you, then you're going to be waiting for a very, very long time, because this person's energy is divine. This is a feminine. This is a woman's. This is a girl's girl, okay? This Empress here, she ain't never gonna chase your bitch ass. Okay, but seriously, she's never gonna chase you. I just want you to understand, like, she's never going to. She knows her worth, and she knows that if you won't, someone else will. And that is who she's waiting for. She's waiting for the man that's going to ask her out on a fucking date. She's waiting for that man that's gonna make it very clear that he only wants her, and he'll do whatever it takes to secure her. That's who she's waiting for. She's not waiting for a guy who's not even sure if he wants her. She's waiting for a guy that knows what he wants and is gonna go after it. Okay. And if that's not you, then that's not you. Okay. Yeah, but again, like I said, it takes two to tango. Okay, so at this moment, this Queen of coins, pentacles, yeah, at this moment, this person could be holding back their thoughts, their words. I do feel like this is like your guys' energy. Like, you're very fatigued at this time. You're very exhausted. You want to come after this person. You want to court them. You want to come towards them. But you're literally giving yourself so many reasons why not to. But if only you knew. What you don't know at this time is, like, if you did, it would work. That's with the Six of Wands. Like, if you actually did approach this person, like, this person would be surprisingly very receptive towards your energy. Okay, you might be seeing angel numbers like 111, maybe 444. I feel like for a lot of you, 555. Okay, because that's the number of change. 777 is a sign of good luck. 888 is abundance. 999 is closing out cycles. 1010 is like cycles have been ended. 111 or 1111 are also new cycles beginning. That's why I sense 111. Maybe for some of you might be seeing 222. That is a positive sign here. That could be a sign that your person is thinking of you, and that's their higher self relaying that message. Okay, y'all, but there is like one more thing here. It's again, we're circulating 2929 back to this idea some of you have that maybe this person isn't for you, but what you don't understand is these, like, any kind of relationship takes hard work. If you want to date somebody, it's going to be a lot of work to understand that person. It takes two to tango. if you want a happy, healthy relationship with somebody, what you need to understand is that's going to require a lot of effort from you and them. Okay, that's going to require you to figure out who this person is. If you're thinking this person is just going to change into somebody who never has any issues, to somebody that understands your communication style just like that overnight, if you think this person is going to wake up the next morning and then suddenly get you like a book that they've never been able to read because that book was in another language, but now it's suddenly been transcribed, or they just understand the language now and they can like read it, then you're sorely mistaken. Love isn't easy. Love is actually incredibly difficult, is what I'm trying to tell you here. And for some of you, you do not understand that. You think that it's supposed to be simple. You think that your other half is going to be someone who like is basically you, has had all of the same experiences and now just gets you. Right? And so when you meet, it's like two halves of the same whole being placed together. Actually, it's a little more complicated than that. This person isn't going to have the same experiences as you. Maybe if they were your sibling, okay, they would have had the same exact fucking experiences, but no. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I need you to understand is what you're expecting is literally you're describing your siblings. You're describing somebody who's grown up in the same household as you, has had the same two parents, and even they are incredibly different than you are. Do you understand this? Do you understand what I'm saying here? What you are expecting isn't even what you fucking want, okay? Because what you want is somebody that's basically been there your whole life and understands you like the back of their hand. And even so, you don't even like those people, okay? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, what you want isn't even what you actually want. What you need is someone different than you that's gonna challenge you, but is still overall aligned with you. And that person is for a brief period of time in your life. And I say brief only because if you can't seem to get it together, they are gonna leave your timeline, and it will be like they left. Yeah, with the 7 of Swords here. Ooh, if you don't like speak your truth, you will regret it. It is going to be the ultimate self-betrayal possible, is you not coming forward to this person. And if you think for a second that it's going to affect this person, you're sorely mistaken. You can't take this person down with you. You can only take yourself down, if that makes sense. Okay, because for some of you, you might think that it's going to affect this person not having you in their life. No, it's not. This person is on a different timeline than you. I don't think you understand. This person has different karma than you. This person is energetically protected and divine, okay? If you try anything on this person, you won't be answering to them. You'll be answering to God. And you will be susceptible to his judgment, okay? So if you want this person, I feel your guides are trying to let you know, like, the opportunity will only be around for a period of time, for a brief period of time, maybe like a few more days. I think at the 11:11 the portal, after that, you're on your own, bucko. 33:22. But yeah, this person, yeah, like I said, if you think for a second that you not coming forward is going to affect this person in any capacity, you are sorely mistaken. 33. This person is divinely protected. They're on a different path than you. Your guides are reaching out to you through me because they love you. Your guides want what's best for you, and what's best for you is to grow up. 33:44. You need to grow up. You need to stop being a little boy, and you need to start acting like a man. If you want this person, you need to go court them, and you need to go pursue them, and you need to ask them, what have I been doing wrong so far, and how can I treat you better? How can I give you the treatment that you and I both know you deserve? Okay, how can I make it so you will never look at another person the way that I want you to look at me, right? Like, how can I be there for you? How can I support you? How can I love on you better? These are the questions you need to be asking. Stop asking, well, stop thinking, like, honestly, stop, remove yourself out of the equation, because I promise you, you're gonna be happy with this person. But you need to ask yourself, how can I be there for them? That's what you should be. If you're really in love, that should be your number one concern. It should have nothing to do with you. It should be about, how can I show this woman that I love her? And if you're having thoughts like, well, this woman isn't showing me that she loves me, then you're acting like a feminine. And I think you should I think you should start considering dating men if you want to be pursued so bad. I think that dating women is not for you, is what I'm saying here. If you are a masculine, if you are a man watching this about a woman, then I think you should start considering dating men, because this is gay men behavior. Straight men will be asking themselves, how can I chase this woman? How can I make her feel like she doesn't want any other man than me? How can I make it so that, like, those are the questions you should be asking yourself. How can I support her? How can I show up for her? How can I love her? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we got the Lover's card here, you guys. This is a divine union, okay? This is your other half. If you've been wondering, that's your confirmation. This woman, this person is your other half. But you might be wondering, okay, well, if she's my other half, then she has to wait for me to get my shit together. No, she doesn't. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Let me tell you. So, you know how, like, the government, I don't even know anything about I should know more. But you know how, like, there's different levels to it, right? The president is, like, obviously... Well, I mean, I want to say, like, from the perspective of somebody who doesn't know much about how bills are passed, you think the president is, like, the most important. He's not. I think it's the electoral college, but, right? So, you know what? Actually, let me just do something. Okay, so let's look at a college. So, you know how the president of a college are, like, are they called presidents or provosts? Or is it principal? Well, honestly, I don't know. So just hear me out, okay? So there's different layers, there's different levels to it. Is my point here. And when it comes to spiritual protection, same thing, right? So obviously, provost, president, and or principal, top of the food chain in a college, school, or whatever. Okay, and then below them is typically the vice president, right? And then there's, like, you know, the different departments, different heads of each department, staff, teachers. And then at the bottom we have students, and then, like, you know, supportive staff like janitors and cafeteria people, right? That's like the food chain of power in a school. So you're energetically in love with somebody who's on the level of, like, a vice president or provost, and you're like the janitor, okay? You need to get this through your head. Or student, fuck it, why not? Not even student, sorry, professor. Like, professor or janitor, okay? That's your level. You guys are on two different fucking frequencies. That's what I'm trying to let you know. You're on two different levels here. You are interested in somebody that has, like, guardian angels, like divine. These are, like, the things that you would read in the Bible, right? And if you've ever read the Bible, then you know how much damage an angel can actually deal, and they're quite frightening. And these people, these energies, are protecting this person because this person has earned that level of spiritual protection. Angels don't just protect anybody for no reason, okay? Perhaps they can, but this is somebody that's doing crazy things. They are creating different timelines. This is somebody that is literally sharing the light and love of God. So they're being protected by the light and the love of God. This person is not to be messed with, but they also deserve a divine counterpart. You are somebody that's been walking a very different path, okay? Never mind your previous timeline. You're presented an opportunity here where you can align with somebody on the level of a president or a vice president, and not everybody's offered this, okay? Literally, maybe, like, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity for you, first of all. Second of all, anyway, okay? And for some of you, you're really in your head about why you don't want to do it. I'm here to let you know you're gonna regret not doing it. Because none of your reasons come from a valid place. They all come from your ego. Your ego will be bruised. Okay, well, let it get bruised. In fact, throw it down yourself. Beat it up a little bit, okay? Forget about your ego. It doesn't matter. Your ego isn't going to pay your bills. Your ego isn't going to save you. Your ego is actually just going to make it so you live a miserable life. And if that's what you want, then you would have never aligned with this person in the first place. Okay, if you just wanted to live a quiet, miserable life, then you would have never caught this person's eye. They wouldn't have sensed anything special in you, and they would have kept walking, okay? But if you want to tell yourself that that's what you want, then you can go ahead and do that. But right, so back to that analogy here is you're being presented an opportunity to align with this person, and the reason why it doesn't go both ways is because this person is protected and they have options. They have options. If you're not going to be the divine counterpart, trust there's at least 7 more in this world, and you can hope and pray that they all reject this person, but they won't. One of them is going to come to the fucking senses, if not the following one. Don't be mad when you see this person's married in a couple of years. Trust, you can see them getting married in a couple of years. So just so you understand, that's where we are energetically at. So you're trying to put yourself in the position where you think you can negotiate with it honestly feels like the janitor trying to negotiate with the principal. They're like, hey, these hallways are only clean because of me, so you better start paying me the same price. Like, I better be paid the same amount as you. And the principal's like, ha, you're fired. And you're sitting there wondering, how could they do that? And then the next day, they hire somebody else. They hire another janitor, and you're like surprised they replaced you so fast because they were plenty of your kind. You haven't done the work. You haven't done the work to become a high vibrational being, okay? You haven't done the work to become special. So don't be surprised when you're easily replaceable. And the funny thing is that next person, they're going to be vetting for that special trait, that trait of becoming better than they were yesterday. And they'll find the person that's gonna take your spot and actually do a better job than you and put in more effort, more work. It won't be long before they wonder why they settled for you in the first place. So that, just so you understand, that that's how this is gonna go. Damn, you guys are coming in here. Yep. You guys need to... It's the Page of Swords. It's the Justice card in reverse. Yeah, you guys. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, 8 of Cups. What's the Page of Pentacles? I think it's the 2 of Cups. Oh. Guys, you're really downplaying how much you feel for this person. It's kind of making you sick. I wouldn't even be surprised if some of you Judgment. Yeah. Wow. Judgment. And the 4 of Cups. If you do reach out to this person after the said date, I do feel like it's the 10-10 portal. Or sorry, the 11-11 portal. You will get rejected. Because judgment is going to have been cast, and you're going to fall on the bad side of karma, and you're going to get rejected, yes, but it's also because I'm getting like a apocalyptic, like, judgment day. Like, I'm getting like that energy of like the devil is going to line up his team against God, and you're going to be on the devil's roster because you've been siding with him, right? And so once God sees your face amongst the crowd, that is when you'll realize it's too late. That is when you're going to be like, oh, I need to turn around. But there's no turning around. Okay, you can't go back. It's gone. What's forward is an army of angels. At that point, you'll probably, fight with the devil. This could literally just be energetic, to be honest. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like you're in that war. But, you know how this goes. The devil fights God. God wins. It's been like that since the beginning of time. Okay, but it's like with judgment, okay? You might have misjudged the situation and walked away before you realized what it really was, and you guys are having like regrets. Or once you finally 44, once you finally realize what the situation actually is, like, you've already been casted for bad judgment. 44, 55, like, at that point, like, it's like a marker. Like, now you have to pay your karmic debt. Like, it's almost like the energy source that you've been feeding off of is demonic and entity. So it's gonna be like you have like a certain period of time where you can resolve yourself of that karmic debt. Like, there's a period of time where you can ask your guides and God for protection and being blessed, and you can be like, okay, please save me from this, please save me from my karmic debts, and they'll relieve you. But you're about to enter that period where it's like, it's too late to ask for help. It's too late to ask for help. Now you have to pay it off. Like, now you have to suffer. And these karmic cycles are going to look grueling, and it's going to be different for everybody. This could be like, you know, getting a narcissist pregnant. You might get a narcissistic person pregnant, and this person now is going to cost you like health, your like good standing with God. Like, it's going to be very difficult. Like, this person is going to cost you. You're going to pay. And there's this, you have a little bit of time left to ask for help. You have a little bit of time left to have that karma paid off in a less harmful way. And honestly, I mean, like, I don't know. Again, it's going to be different for everybody, but yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Your guides are asking you to work now, to reach out with the Eight of Wands, to create peace, okay? Yeah, to stop holding back and to start fighting for this love with the Five of Wands. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So they're asking you to stop holding back and to start like fighting for this love. Otherwise, you won't be happy with the Nine of Cups in reverse. You're going to feel very dissatisfied and very disappointed. You're already feeling that way now. I feel like for a lot of you, you could be depressed at this time. You could have a suppressed appetite because you're experiencing the symptoms of depression. Yeah, a lot of you are just really not happy. Could even be crying yourself to sleep. We got the Two of Swords. And it comes from like thinking you haven't made, like you feel like you made the right decision, but it doesn't feel like the right decision here with the Five of Swords. Yeah. You're hiding a lot of emotions to yourself, and you might be lying at this time. You could even be in a very bad energy. You could even be betraying people, because that's also coming through here with the, yeah, with intent of harm. Look at the High Priestess here in the reverse. A lot of you are just so disconnected from your higher self, and you're using your gifts in a bad way. You guys, I just want to let you know, with the King of Wands, there's potential and there's hope. Don't have to lose all that yet. You can still come back even if you think you've jumped off the deep end. I would be worried once you stop seeing videos like this. That's when I would start to get worried. But by then it's too late. You probably enter your karma. Yeah, and then we got the Star card here in the reverse. You guys are just needing a lot of healing energy, but you're rejecting it because it feels different, feels weird. Whatever is stopping you from receiving that healing energy, you need to address and confront. And even if it's uncomfortable, go through with it anyway, right? Like, when you start working out, it's really uncomfortable, and it's not going to feel good, and you may not actually get that much of like that the reasons why people work out consistently isn't going to happen the first time you work out, right? Like that endorphin boost or whatever. It's probably gonna take some time, but eventually you'll get there. Eventually it'll start to feel really good. And this is like one of those things where it's like, it's not gonna be fun at first, but it's so necessary. It's like changing your diet from like a fast food diet, like an all fast food diet, to like fruits and vegetables. It's gonna take you a second. Your body might even reject the fruits and vegetables, but it's ultimately what's best for you, so you gotta keep at it until it feels comfortable. And that's where a lot of you are sort of like falling off, is you're expecting it to feel comfortable now, but you've only just started with the Death card. Yeah. And the Magician. So I do feel like a lot of you are, you're not maybe I haven't said something, I haven't said the right thing yet. I don't know. So this video is already like 50 minutes long. God damn. God damn. I don't know. I feel like I haven't said the thing that's gonna get people to go, oh my gosh. But perhaps, I don't know. I feel like at this point, it's, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'll pull a few more cards. And then I'll close out the reading for you guys. Guide is still here. Your spirit guide is still here. She does not want you to give up. Yeah. First card I pulled is the King of Wands here in the reverse. So maybe it might be egotistical. Okay. With the Ace of Wands. You might even just be unconfident and insecure. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is like for some of you, you might have a false sense of ego because your actual ego is so sensitive and fragile. A lot of you could even be struggling with self-love. Like you might just not have a whole lot. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, with the World card, you don't understand that you're already complete. You're already whole within yourself. A lot of you think you need to do something extra or do something more to be more confident or courageous. Or a lot of you, I feel like just a lot of the work that you need to do is like mental. You need to clear out the negative thoughts by identifying where they come from and then sort of like banishing them. Like, okay, this isn't mine. This is something my caregiver told me when I was 3. I need to like forgive it. I need to forgive it and let it go. And if you're struggling to forgive it, therapy. But here's a little bit of therapy. You know, now understand that your caregiver can only give you advice from their perspective. So whatever they said, know that it's something they would have told themselves, and also that they were doing their best with what they had. And if what they had was harmful, just know that what they dealt with was twice as worse. And or, you know, maybe your caregiver was a mentally insane person. I mean, when's the last time you took advice from a crackhead? Like, just okay, yeah, we got the Ace of Pentacles here in the reverse. You guys are feeling the loss of this opportunity very, very strong. It's hitting your finances, and they won't really recover until, it feels like until after you repair things with this person. That's when money's gonna start rolling in for you guys. A lot of you have struggled with faith, and you might be struggling with believing that. 52-52, but all I can say is until you trust your intuition, you're not going to be able to break that cycle. Okay. Yeah, Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. I honestly feel like there really isn't much more to say. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Ace of Swords. You need to come clean. That's just like a repeat message. You need to come clean. You need to make amends. You need to reconcile with this person, and your guides are telling you that's on you. Like, you need to come forward. Even if this person reached out, you need to be the one that confesses. Yeah, it's time that you make the right decision. Okay, it's the 2 of Wands. And it's not going to be the rational decision. It's not going to, the right decision isn't going to feel logical. It's going to feel irrational. It's going to feel emotional. It's going to be emotionally charged with the Fool. Follow your intuition. Follow your gut instinct. That's it. That's all I have for you guys. It's a very sad reading because I sense that the people watching are not gonna do it. Well, the masculines watching, if they are watching, are not gonna do it, and if they aren't watching, then anyways, Down, that was it. Like, I said what I need to say. You're only hurting yourself. This person is gonna do just fine without you, but the same cannot be said the other way around. So I hope that has brought you some clarity, some insight. I think that's it. I don't really have much more to say. Oh, check out my music. It's linked below in the description box. I am an artist that goes by the name NEGUSTITA, same as my tarot channel. I actually started making music first, and then I started dabbling into tarot, and then I made a channel, and then I felt like it would be a great tarot channel name as well. But yeah, thank you all for subscribing, watching my content all the way through, liking my videos, and you know, just like the comment or two that I received from you guys. It's so appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.